What's going on, everyone? Apologies that it is a late one, 15 minutes over. It is my fault. Transportation issues. Yeah, it's on me. It's on me why we're a little bit late, so I do apologise. Anyone who's watching this live or watching this later on. But Manchester United have got a comfortable 3-0 win with 1, Bruno delivering again, because he is the postman. 2, Rasmus Hojlund scoring for the first time since Victoria Pleasant, I want to say, about 20-odd games. Yep. Fantastic. And 3, we kept a clean sheet as well. I know Nana pulled off, a couple of good saves. However, Sam, it's very bittersweet because Aiden Heaven, who's just come into the team, who's looked phenomenal, has gone off with a big injury. So it's a weird one, isn't it, this game?
Yeah, we can't have nice things, can we?
No,
it's not.
We can't.
It's not. Just any time it's all things are going actually all right. Things are going decently well, and then we lose Aiden Heaven to what looks like a massive injury because it didn't show the replay, which it always indicates it's something bad. And then he goes off on a stretcher as well. So it's like it's not looking like a good one. So yeah, a good win, some good goals. Result is important going into the international break, but yeah, I really feel bad for Aiden Heaven, and I hope it's not too serious because yeah, he looked really, really good.
On kind of when we have these kind of games, especially with the way the season's gone, we kind of would look at this and be like, oh, we've dropped a point again. Oh, it's been a draw, this or that kind of stuff. But it's watching that, it was kind of like a professional away performance, wasn't it? Do you know what I mean? That you've gone there. I know Leicester are poor. I know they concede probably on average around 3-4 goals a game, right? That's just, they do leak a lot of goals.
The commentator said they haven't scored in the last 4 games, I think.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They are a poor side. So you have to include that in your analysis. But still, you have to go there. You have to put in a professional away performance, and you can't afford to have any kind of lapse in concentration. And that would have been easy, Sam, given the performance on Thursday, right? I think that was the initial concern going into this.
Yeah, I think we've all said, haven't we, going into these sort of games, that the only way we will lose is if we cock it up ourselves. And there was a couple of moments where I was like, things we'd made mistake or we let things happen. And it was a bit like, if this was a better side, then we probably would have been punished. But yeah, I think maybe 2 opportunities. Onana made 2 really good saves. And then there was a couple of mistakes when Lindelof, he looked like he was still like on holiday. Like he just didn't look like he was at the races at all. Really, really important block from De Ligt late on.
Oh,
fantastic
incredible.
Block from De Ligt. Aiden Heaven with a double block as well. Yep. So yeah, defenders did really, really well. But yeah, I thought Eriksen really poor, gave the ball away a lot.
Yeah.
Dalot.
These are the players that are fringe players, right? These are the players that they're going to leave in the summer, aren't they? Do you know what I mean? It's like you can see why.
Really, just no. I really don't enjoy Dalot at the minute, and I think I think the rest of the team were pretty good. Like we'll touch on Hojlund, we'll touch on Garnacho, we'll touch on Bruno because again, all excellent.
Yeah, and that's the positive thing in it. There's a lot of positives to talk about, which is nice. Like this Hojlund as a striker now, you get that goal, you think, okay, that's going to give him the world of confidence. Last time he did this, I'm not going to say he's going to go on and do it, but last time he did it, he went and scored 10 in a row, didn't he? And it's just sometimes you break that barrier of having that kind of, the battle with your mentality and the pressure, and you finally get that goal and it feels like a big weight off your shoulders. I won't be surprised now if he goes and scores again in the next game. Well, we've got an international break, right?
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
So it's probably the worst time to actually get your goal and then come back. But I don't know. I'm liking a couple of individuals at the moment. They are delivering consistently. And Bruno Fernandes, Sam, is right at the top of that list. 16 goals and 15 assists so far this season. I know we say it every week, but he is, would you say, the best 10 in the league at the moment?
I mean, going on numbers of consistency alone, there's not many you can step up.
No one's close, are they?
De Bruyne's injured and not playing. Yep. Odegaard has gone off the boil completely in the last couple of months. There's not many other people contending with him, and especially he's in a shit United team. By the way, he's not surrounded by like great players. He's in a shit team. I've just seen a stat from T2, and he's put it in the chat.
Just reading that then.
Cantona, 64 goals, 51 assists in 5 years. Bruno, 62 goals, 50 assists. And there's donkeys out there who think he's a problem. So, there you go.
It is crazy, though, isn't it? You think about it. Like, I had the same conversation with my mate because I was watching it in the pub, and he was like, I still don't think he's world class. I'm like, bro, how, like, you put him now and what he's delivering in this shit United team right now, in any other team, he's delivering. And he was, oh, well, he's only bad because he's in, I mean, he's only good because he's in United's team. And I was like, he's carrying this team at the minute.
Mate, take him out of the team. We're relegated. We're going to relegation zone.
Genuinely. Like, I think, I don't know, he's just answered the criticism perfectly, hasn't he? Like, he's not said fucking anything at all. And he's gone, you know what? You don't think I deliver? Right, all right, stay there a second. Watch this now. The next 3-4 games, I'm going to get an assist and a goal every single game. 2 assists and 1 goal today. And the goal, to be fair, from Dallo, cutting in, I'm sure we saw that goal in it when he was in the green kit. It might be going against Brentford or something. Where, you know, the cutback to the edge and Bruno finishes. I've seen that routine before, but it's just incredible, isn't it, Bruno?
And he, really good. To Bruno today, he had a quiet game for the most part. Like, he wasn't at it like he was against, like, Sociedad and stuff. Like, he wasn't proper on it, but he still was able to affect the game. And again, people say it's a shit Leicester side and they are poor, and I get it. They are. But you have to beat what's put in front of you. And we beat them, professional performance and stuff like that. I just wanted to go back to the Hojlund goal. Yeah. All these chances that he's had have been like 6 yards out and stuff, and just snatched him, he's fucked up. He does that on his weaker foot at a really tough angle and puts it across goal. What the fuck? Why is he able to do that and he can't stick it in from 6 yards? It's baffling. Yeah. That's baffling.
It's weird. That's typical that with strikers. They score the hard ones and then the tap-ins that they miss. Like the chance against Sociedad where Xerxes squared it for him. That, if you are a striker, especially for Manchester United, you have to be finishing those. Yeah. But the fact he took that today, I'm telling you now, in the next 4 or 5 games, he'll probably end up scoring in multiple games, at least two out of 4 of them, because it just... Confidence is such a massive thing for strikers, and he will be in that dressing room right now with his teammates like, oh, thank fucking God. It's like the trophy drop with Tottenham. That every year, the more the year goes on, it's like, oh, they still haven't won it. You know, it just brings added pressure.
Newcastle have got it off their back now, haven't they? Speaking of good days, Liverpool lost.
I'm happy for him, to be honest, Sam. For
70 years, not had a trophy.
I'm happy for him. You can see what it meant to him, couldn't you?
Yeah, absolutely. And I hope like a Brighton or a Bournemouth wins the FA Cup as well. I hope it's somebody that's not like a major thing. That'd be nice. But shout out to Random Guy. Again, the generosity of Random Guy. 5 memberships to Andre Skeppel, Tactical Devils. Watch me fuck this one up. Vishal Punugati. I'm sorry. And then another Shreyas. I hope it's not our Shreyas.
Oh, wow.
I think it's a different one. A Shreyas Nagarali. And then Neil Driscoll as well. Thank you, Random Guy. You are an absolute G.
You are. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that, man. I've just seen a quote from Amrin coming in after the game saying it was clear today my players are at the limit and we're going to use this window to rest and recover and it'll be good. And I wanted to touch on that because some of the cameos we saw today and players coming on were like, we are right at our limits. You saw Harry Amas come on, ironically against Leicester, who he was supposed to go on loan to. Who else was he? Saw Chido come on up top. Obviously, Heaven started the game, but then had to go off. Collier came on. Yep. A lot of young players who were getting minutes now, Sam.
Yeah.
Right?
Onana almost didn't start the game as well. It looked like Dermot Mee was going to start the game at some point.
Conjunctivitis, he had or something,
so,
I think.
Yeah, we were that close to that as well. So, would they have made those saves Onana did against Vardy? That's the question, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, it's good to see. With Amas, I don't know if Amrim actually rates him. Because I expected to see him way before now. Because he was featured on preseason, and Ten Hag said he's not physically ready. He's been on the bench a couple of times under Amrimin, and then we had, I think, one of our left backs got injured, and we didn't have anybody else, and he put Lindelof there or someone, and he didn't bring him on. So I was like, maybe he doesn't fancy him. And I think maybe this is put him in the shop window, maybe for a loan in the summer or something, so people could have a look at him. Possibly.
Potentially. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, did decently well. He affected it going forward, put some balls into the box. Yeah, really, really good. Toby Collier keeps it simple, doesn't he? I don't think he puts a foot wrong most games.
But simplicity is nice, right?
Exactly. Yeah, we need more of that. Like, he just does the right thing every single time. And then, Chido, he got, 7 minutes? I want to see him get more than 7, like 5-10 minutes. Like, give him half an hour or something. That would be nice.
But you've seen the coach sticking with Hojlund has obviously paid off, right? Well, not at the minute as you can look at it and say, it's kind of persevering at times where everyone, the majority of the fan base, at least a couple of games ago, they was all saying, Chido, start Chido. He's gone, It needs just stick around. And I think the Sociedad game obviously didn't get a goal today, but
No,
the
he did everything,
performance
but
overall was really, really good. And then he gets his goal tonight, which kicks us off, and we get a nice, comfortable win. And yeah, I don't know. I'm happy, man, coming away from that, because the last thing you want going into an international break is sitting on a loss. Or if we would have got a point against that Leicester team, it was so bad. You don't want to be going into, oh, we got England now and and for whatever it's worth, people might not be, happy about this or give a shit. But we are. I've just seen someone put on Twitter there 12 points off the top 4 apparently, which is like, oh, hang on a minute. I think we've got up to 13th or something. So yeah, we're climbing up the table. But the more thing I'm asked about, Sam, is just keeping the consistency for Europa League.
Yes.
Any kind of win is going to boost confidence for that competition, isn't it?
Yeah, and we got to rest certain players as well. Like Casemiro got a rest. Xerxes got a rest. Got Cheeto came on and got some minutes. Who did Amas come off for? Was it?
I can't remember. I felt like it was loads of subs that I just fucking completely missed.
Anyway, we got to rotate a little bit and sort of freshen people up, which is nice, and give minutes to younger players who, like you said, might have to come in if it keeps going the way it's going with certain injuries and stuff. They might have to sort of play more minutes. So yeah, that was nice. And then going into the international break with a win is always better, because I remember the last couple of international breaks, I think we've gone on a loss. I think on both of them, and it's just watching it. I'm not a big England fan. Like I'll be honest, I'm just not. And then the fact that Thomas Tuchel is picking Jordan Henderson still is just like, we've not changed anything, have we? It's the same fucking thing. You
don't think it's different with Tuchel though? As a man, Tuchel's a much better manager, much more.
He is. But why is he picking
concrete
Jordan
manager
Henderson?
than Southgate?
Experience. Morgan Gibbs-White's there. He's playing out of his skin. He's fantastic. Like,
but I think there's in a dressing room, there's experience people don't see. There are leaders like that who really help young players integrate into the squad. I think it's a little bit of a tap in to say like, oh well, he's just bringing Henderson in. So I do think there will be a wealth of experience there that they can pick from. I don't think whether they'll be starting in the World Cup or not. Obviously, it's a different conversation. But I don't know.
I disagree. Kyle Walker as well. He's fallen off a cliff player wise. Why is he in the team?
I haven't watched him for Milan, so I don't know what he's doing there.
Like Anyway, that's a conversation for another day. But yeah, I'm happy with the win. I definitely think there's still stuff to improve. Like you said, it's Leicester. Like, we shouldn't sort of like lose sight of that. There was a couple of moments where we got a bit sloppy and lost the ball. And like I said, better teams. We got Forest when we come back. They will punish you with that shit. Like, they will make it difficult.
Is that away as well against Forest? Sure. Isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I was at the one when we got beat at home. Yeah. So I was at that game. Yeah. Yeah. There's work to be done, but we unbeaten now in 7, I think. 7 games.
I think. Well, yeah, it don't feel like it, does it, for a lot of games? But let's have a look. Let's check it out. Obviously, we just beat Leicester. We beat Sociedad. Drew with Arsenal. Drew with Sociedad. Lost to Fulham in the FA Cup on penalties, but then beat Ipswich. Drew with Everton. Beat Leicester. So I mean, there's
one loss on penalties.
Yeah, in a good handful of games. It's an improvement on what we were doing
definitely,
anyway.
Definitely.
Bare minimum. Right, let's go to the comment section. What are we saying, people? How do we feel about that game? Alan Wilkinson saying, yes, at long last, a convincing win. Random guy saying, both Hojlund and Garnacho scored in the same game. Are my eyes deceiving me? Garnacho on the right, Sam. Far better, innit?
Yeah, keep him there. Like, it just forces him, we've said it before, it forces him to use his dominant foot to put a ball into the box, to make a pass and put it in. And it's so much more effective now. Like, you saw it like over and over, and he got 2 goals. One was chalked off for offside, but he got 2 goals, and I think he's way more effective there. So I'm quite happy to keep him there.
Scored 2 as well, didn't he? One was obviously offside by like an inch or whatever, but obviously got the second one as well. So I like him on that side. I think Ruben Amorim touched on him after the game as well. He was like, he's much better over on there, and that's what, for a coach coming in mid-season, this is what we've kind of reiterated quite a lot. Coming in mid-season, you have to find these solutions almost in-game. You don't have a pre-season to work with them. No. So you make a decision like you tried Kobe as a 9. We've seen Mazraoui everywhere. We've seen Garnacho different sides. It's about testing, trial and error. Garnacho fits there now. The question I would have is, when Ahmad comes back, what do you do then? Do you put Ahmad to wing back?
I've seen Romano is saying we're going after a striker, a 10, a midfielder, and a centre back. I think they're the priority positions. He didn't mention right wing back, so maybe Ahmad is the one that sort of think he's thinking about in that sort of wing back position. Maybe Ahmad is the solution. I don't know.
I think so. I think I've liked him when he's performed there. Obviously, you can always rotate as well. When Garnacho, you can put him out onto the left-hand side, but he's just so much better there. He looks so much more productive and efficient, and just you get more out of him. On the left side, he feels very rash, and when he's chopping and changing, he's kind of unbalanced when he's trying to get a shot off. And
more selfish as well when he plays.
Yeah, I feel
like
that.
For some reason, he just feels like he has to take it on his own and like go for goal. Whereas on the right, he just seems to be able to pick out people and like make the right decisions. So.
Yeah, I agree. Random guy saying Valverde, Bellingham, and Bruno Fernandes are the best midfielders in the world right now. Yeah, I was saying he's certainly the best attacking midfielder in the Prem at the minute because De Bruyne has fell off. Madison's neither here or there. Odegaard's having a stinker for Arsenal at the moment. There isn't a better 10 on form at the minute. I mean, even Cole Palmer's fell off a little bit. He's not even featuring in Chelsea at the minute with a couple of injuries and stuff. So.
You're looking at people like Kluivert, who's had a good season this season, but previously hasn't had the numbers.
Yeah.
And then who plays in 10 for Newcastle? Not Gamares. He's
I don't think they really play with a 10 necessarily. No, they play with like a flat 3, like a Guimaraes, Linton, and Tonali, and then they have like Isaac, Gordon, and Murphy.
Yeah.
So in the Premier is, and that speaks volumes because the Prem's the best league in the world. You know what I mean? So he's got to be right up there. You got Musiala and players like that, obviously, who are incredible as well. But none of them, I would be pretty confident in saying now, without even checking, I don't think any of them would replicate the stats that Bruno's doing right now. I don't think.
Not consistently like he does.
No.
Every year after year, in poor teams. Like most of these other 10s are playing in like top teams. Like Musiala's playing in Bayern Munich, who dominate the league every year pretty much. Bellingham's playing at Madrid, who are one of the biggest teams in the world and win the Champions League pretty much every year. So it's a very much. It's easy to look good in a good team. It's a lot harder to look fantastic in a shit team, and he looks fantastic.
Yeah. UTFR saying we're safe, lads. I know. It's weight off our shoulders, isn't it? We're staying up. Apparently Heaven left in a boot, but he was walking too early though. I'm praying for him because he's got his big break now, and the last thing you want is to be out for 6 months where other players will come back, Euro, etc., and he might get pushed back a little bit. So fingers crossed for him because that was kind of that's taken away from it. It was kind of celebrating the clean sheet and the win, him being injured. Simon Davis, if you go on,
he had some really good moments like blocks. He's got that line splitting pass that Lissandro has as well. Like, he can break those lines, so that's really interesting as well.
And he's got the physicality that Lissandro hasn't really, like the height and the strength. And the pace as well. To be, he's not slow. He's not a slow boy. I think there was a moment, wasn't it, in the first half where they got through.
He surged forward, didn't he?
Yeah, and he got it back. So yeah, hopefully he's okay. Simon saying if United didn't win today, questions would have been asked. They're going down, but United weren't amazing. Heaven is great. That's from Kevin. Connor Atkinson, big up Connor, saying great win, lads. I think despite the injury setbacks, which is disappointing, I'm starting to see the players get used to the system, which still needs work, but it's looking positive. I would agree with that. By the way, I'm sick of players being offside by the centimetre. The rules should be changed, not only because of United. It does feel like we've had a lot of goals like that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like they're like slightly off.
Yeah, like it was what Garnacho's like front bit of his foot or something that was off. Like
rules are rules, though.
Yeah.
You know.
But like you could say the same if you look back at that Coventry semi-final. The guy, what was it? The guy's toe or something like that.
Oh, it was so close.
Like, do you know what I mean?
Being an utter embarrassment, which we went on and won the cup as well.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? Correct, fine margins. It runs in circles. Is the reason we didn't go for Kendo is because Ahmad is playing there? Either that or I've spoke about on the show that I did yesterday, Bendito Mandato, who's doing really well in the is it under 21s, under 18s, I think. Yeah. Performing really well, plays in a similar area, so they might look to Carrington again. They've done it with a couple of players now, haven't they?
I think was it Romano said he doesn't want to play as a wing back anymore. He wants to play as a winger. And Chelsea basically promised him to play as a winger, so I think maybe.
Do you buy that?
I think it's the money in it. They've given him a 6-year deal with a +1 Like that's guaranteed money.
Your future sorted, isn't it? And basically, like you're playing Premier League football regardless.
Yeah, and you're gonna get.
I think money talks in that situation.
Yeah.
And long-term contracts. But
Mm-hmm.
yep, made a decision. I'm sure we'll go out and get someone else. Ahmad and Dorgu as our wingers. I'm taking that. Consistently, I am mad. Bruno goes missing in pure games. Name one game in the past 20 where he's gone missing. Please offer an example, and I would love to hear it.
He's had bad games, but over a season, his stats are some of the best in the league. Yeah. Like, there's not a single season that has gone by where he's not been near the top of the assists, goals, like chances created, like forward passes, all that sort of stuff. He's consistently at the top. Like the only people.
Think about all the big games as well this season, right? Think about Man City at the Etihad. I'm pretty sure he got the assist for Ahmad's goal. I think in the Liverpool game as well, he got an assist. I think against Arsenal, he scored in the FA Cup, that volley.
Yeah.
In the Arsenal game as well recently, didn't he score?
Yeah.
The other goal, the free kick as well. Yeah. Scored a free kick against Everton. Like, you can just go through the things. They're all there, man. For United Go on.
Before you do it, like, look back at the past 5 seasons that he's been here, and the only people above him or near him are classed as some of the best midfielders in the world. De Bruyne, Odegaard, and stuff like that. They're the only people with the same stats as him. Like, if they're some of the best midfielders in the world, why is he not in that consideration? He's got the same numbers as they have. Like,
95 goals and 81 assists in 270 games for United. If that isn't consistency, you know what I mean? What is?
What do you want?
You know what? Like, Arsenal right now would fucking kill for that. Would kill for it. So a player that who will just deliver, because Odegaard ain't doing it at the moment. You know, he'd get into the majority of teams on form right now. We're speaking. People might, 6 months time, he's having a bit of a dip in form. People might go back to this and go, "Oh, he said this." Football is all about form, right? It can go up and down. But as it stands, season in, season out, Bruno is delivering like the fucking postman. Simple as that for me.
Look at Cole Palmer. The beginning of the season, he was the guy in form, the best player. Last 5 games, he hasn't scored or made an assist in any game. And he's been poor. And it's like, this is what it happens. Like, people hit form, people go into form, people go out of form. Like, it just, that's the way football works. It's just, that's the way it is.
I think what speaks volumes is how well he does for Portugal and how he stands out. Look how many talented players Portugal have. So you don't have to speak about United. Go into the international scene, like the players he's got around him, and he is still one of the main focal points in that side. That tells you everything you need to know for me.
Also, Salah is being talked about as a Ballon d'Or thing. What did he do today in that final? What did he do? Nothing. Like, he did nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Like, nothing.
And there's a weird kind of argument within it, because people will say, "Oh, they're just a stat padder. They're just a stat padder."
Yeah.
Every coach on the fucking planet will take that. If they're getting a goal and assist almost every single game, do you think they care about, they might have misplaced one pass or whatever? No, do they thought they're winning games?
Give me a manager.
Literally.
Give me a manager who dropped Bruno.
No.
Every single manager we've had has started Bruno's first name on the team sheet.
I think he would get into Liverpool's team. I think he would probably get into Man City's team the way they're playing at the moment.
Especially
in the midfield. He'd get into Arsenal's for sure. He'd get into Villa's. He'd get into the majority of teams. Genuinely. And I think you're lying to yourself if you think otherwise. Where do you get them shades from, Stevie? Well, I'm not explaining these shades again. I'm not doing it. In our last 12 games, Bruno scored or assisted in 9 of them. That's from Random Guy. There we go. ETFR just said, "Can Kino abuse more of our players, please? He's done a hell of a job with Bruno." Do it. I'm interested to see what he says on Thursday.
Get into Onana. Have a go at him. That'll be good.
Yeah.
He's a fucking world-class goalkeeper.
That's funny. On form, Bruno's the best player in the world right now. Wow. That is
I mean, that's a bit far, but...
That's a shout. That's a strong shout.
I understand your enthusiasm, Random Guy.
Yeah, that is a strong shout. But I look, I like the positivity. I think Sancho's freedom has took a hit on Palmer. Bruno's been mint since he made his debut against Wolves.
Yeah.
He has. Look, he's had games. I think the start of the season, I had spoken about him where I was getting frustrated with him, where he was doing things that was annoying the life out of me, right? Yeah. And players have dips. It just happens. Everyone was talking about Cole Palmer last month, new flavour of the month, best player in the world. the past 5, 6, 7 games or whatever, he hasn't really done anything. He's just not delivered at all. This is what happens with players. But overall, season by season, he fucking does it. And I'm happy to have him in this team, because if we didn't have him, I think we'd
be calculating how to get out some teams in the championship and going, all right, I need some logos, I need some player graphics and shit. Get ready. Yeah,
we've got a whole load of shit to do. Just a couple of quotes coming in from Amarin. Speak about Luke Shaw, saying he's going to be back soon. Mason Mount didn't get any minutes today, did he, Sam?
No, it's weird. I thought he would get like 5 minutes at the end or something, but maybe he didn't want to. By the way, did he say Luke Shaw would be back after the international break? Because how many international breaks has he said he's going to be back after? This point?
No, didn't say, he probably knew that. That's why he didn't mention international break. But he said he'd be back soon, so take that for what you will. You also said Nus Mazraoui is dead. He's completely. He's fasting and he's playing all of the minutes. He's amazing. He deserves a shout out as well, didn't he, Sam? Doing that.
Fantastic. Yeah, fantastic.
Incredible.
Player. He might be signing of the season at this point. Like, Delic's up there. Delic's definitely up there. But fucking hell, like...
Another one who is scrutinised by an ex-player.
Paul Scholes, But yeah, I think Mazraoui's been nothing short of flawless for the most part. Like, there's not been many games where you've gone, he's not had a good game. Like, he's been absolutely... And the fact that he's doing it on no food and water is impressive.
Crazy, right? Yeah, crazy. Bruno's just been asked about the criticism from Roy Keane. He says, you'll talk about Roy Keane. I have huge respect for him. One of the best captains the club has had. I respect everyone's opinion. It's the way he thinks. It's the idea he has about me as a player and as a captain, and I have to respect that. Classy. Again, nothing but classy. This is almost turned into like the Bruno Fernandes fucking shrine, hasn't it, this show? But he's delivered again. 3-0, clean sheet. Happy days. We move on. It's the international break now, so... I would probably say expect different kind of content coming your way over the next couple of weeks whilst England are playing and stuff, because obviously we don't have match reviews and previews, etc. So please do keep an eye on the content that's coming your way. Subscribe to the channel, smash a like on the video, and check us out on socials. Anything else, Sam? You want to push out there?
We should try and get some old friends on the channel, I think, over the international break. That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Sure.
James Muppeteers and all that sort of stuff. They're always nice when they get them on the channel. But keep an eye out for some creative changes as well. We're going to change things up a little bit, so keep an eye out for that.
I think it's about time, innit? I think so. Appreciate every single one of you. Sorry it was a late one. It's all on me. It was my fault. Getting back was an absolute nightmare, but we had to deliver like Bruno does and do the review as always. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. There's about an hour and a half left of it. I won't keep you any longer. Appreciate Sam's time as well and patience. And we shall see you guys in the next one, yeah? Take it easy. See you in a bit.